Antiracism Support Services.
So I called all of my Black friends to ask them if they were okay. And I offered to cook them a vegan meal and to obviously apologize for my whiteness. We are such terrible people. God.
Speak for yourself, sugar tits.
And you must be Biff. I'm happy I don't have to report you to your PO. And please, for all of our safety, make sure you wear your mask.
See him in a room full of lefties.
All right, now that everyone's here, why don't we introduce ourselves? Starting from the far left.
Obviously, that's me. Hi, everyone. I'm Karen, and I don't see color.
Oh, right. So what color is my shirt?
A shade of blue that makes me feel like I can really trust you.
Karen, you are not colorblind.
I'm Karen also, but with an E.
Yo, I'm Karan, spelled K-A apostrophe R-A-N, Karan.
Like the Islamic Bible.
And I am named after the esteemed hero of America. Hello, everyone. I'm Columbus.
Oh, wow. That's a lovely name.
Thank you.
I'm Biff, named after the character from Back to the Future, of course.
And I'm Paul Gentry, your counselor. Now remember, we're not here to judge anyone, but to create a safe space to be heard. I want to make sure we stay focused on our goals. Would anyone else like to share their experiences in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder at the hands of the police?
Well, I've spent many years living and working with my Black brothers and sisters, and frankly, it's time to make a change. I think we should form a small group and paint some murals around the city. The murals could have positive messages like, "We are Black excellence," and have images of slaves breaking through their chains. Or, how about a strong Martin Luther King quote? What's the quote from I Have a Dream speech? 7 years ago, all men were created equal.
What did this nigga say?
What did you say?
She said, what did this nigga...
We never use that word in here. And Columbus, I'm sorry, but that is nowhere near the quote from the I Have a Dream speech. Look, painting a mural is a good idea to bring folks together. But does it solve the issue of white supremacy in America?
No.
Exactly. No, it doesn't.
Well, I can still take the lead on this one. In fact, I'm going to start a non-profit so I can also supply the paints. That's the least I can do. And that's what Dr. King would want.
It's always some white man trying to come into the hood and paint over some shit. Stop gentrifying my walls.
Murals bring people together.
Not my people.
Miss, don't you identify as a white woman?
Race is a construct.
Ron, you are absolutely correct. Biff, don't make me call him.
It's not about murals. It's about protesting. Since the murder of George Floyd, I participated in 107 protests nationally. Lucky for you, I brought my photo album. Here's me and my partner walking alongside people from the Black Lives Matter movement in DC. Here we are high-fiving in front of a stack of bricks we found outside of a business. I love this one. This is me crying because I felt so good about myself. This is how you make change.
That's great, Karen. I want to unpack that a little. You said this is how you make change. What exactly is the change you're looking to accomplish?
Equilibrium, equity, X, things like that.
Exactly. These snowflakes are just making noise because they're embarrassed over their superiority. America's the land of opportunity, where the winner gets the spoils. I'm not sorry because I'm a winner and not some loser collecting welfare and complaining about the system.
Well, technically, y'all make up 75% of people on welfare.
Excuse me, y'all?
White devils.
Karan, I just want to remind you again that you are a white woman from Salt Lake City. And also, we don't refer to anyone in here as devils.
I'm from the hood, that's all they said.
This is exactly why I'm creating my nonprofit. In fact, if you have some time, I have a short document that we all can review. And yes, I do have a signed copy for everybody.
Columbus, how about you put those on the table and folks can grab them later as they leave? Does anyone have anything to add? Kieran, you've been a little quiet. Have anything to say?
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. I was just wanting to leave space for Karan to talk because she's kind of black, right? And I read on BuzzFeed that leaving room for black people to talk is one of the top 10 things to do to save race relations.
Karan is white.
Only on the outside.
Well, that's the part you get judged by, Karan.
Oh, I mean, she has hair like she went on vacation to Jamaica. She talks with an accent. I'm so confused. I mean, doesn't that make her black?
Yes.
What did you want to say, Karen?
I'm really sorry, but I've been struggling with this pandemic and the murder, and there are just so many angry voices. And frankly, I just need a hug. But it's not safe. This is so unfair. What about what I need? I live alone, you know. I really want a hug.
I'm sure George Floyd's family wants a hug too.
But they could hug each other. All I have is my cat, and she won't let me hug her anymore.
Can we all just stay focused on productive ways to deal with all that's happening?
I don't understand what the big deal is. Why don't we just treat each other like human beings? I read that we should judge people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin.
Ugh. If you're such a racist. Of course, it's about people's skin color.
Okay, we are almost out of time, folks. But before we leave, I want to hand out an assignment for you to take home to help you dig deeper into self-reflection.
We have homework to do? Barf. This is such a lefty thing to do.
I thought we were done. We said all our feelings. And if you remember, I did say I apologized to all my black friends for being white.
Saying your feelings is great, and it helps for you to acknowledge them. But to be truly anti-racist takes a lot more work. Just saying sorry doesn't cut it. You also don't have to wallow in guilt. Why not look around and see how you can be mindful in your community and make small changes there?
I don't have to do any homework. I am being oppressed.
Karan, no, you are not. You are a white woman who is taking on black people's culture without taking on any of the pain or penalties of being black.
Well, I don't think I will have time to do any self-reflection because I have 7 protests booked this week.
Karen, I suggest not going to those protests and instead really thinking about why you use these protests to feel accomplished while also making yourself feel superior to others.
This is a great assignment. I've done something like this before when I was living amongst the pygmy people. I addressed it on page 5 of the handout.
Columbus, look, just because you live with a community doesn't mean you understand the experience fully of that community. That's because you're living that experience as a white man. Stop with the pamphlets. You don't have to take the lead on everything. Why not sit back and reflect instead of taking over?
What about me, boss man? What wonderful reflections from on high do you have for me?
Yeah, give it to him.
Biff, you will certainly gain from the homework too, but overall it seems like you're doing all right. You're just rude and uncouth, and it's really hard to like you.
What?
I'll do the homework, boss. But I think we should really just spend some time listening to those being harmed, self-reflect on our own implicit biases and seeing how it reflects in our interactions with each other.
Yeah.
You dumb idiots.